Well, hello, everyone. Sorry I'm a little late. Energy's not going to be super great today. But hey there, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Let me make sure. Okay, looks like we're good to go. Let me check. Aw, y'all been chit-chatting. That's so cute. First, Aw, the precious emojis. Nope, I was here first. Ah, just some classic childish friendliness. Oh, I'm sorry you had a migraine. I'm glad it's over. An all-day migraine sounds fucking awful. Well, your viewers are the freaking best, so I know they are. They're rad. Oh, I also found some sensible office heels that were hiding in my closet. They go click-clack, and I love it. Ah, the official click-clack of a good set of heels. Not that I wear them, I just watch a lot of movies. So I'm like, the presentation on these heels is magnificent. Nothing better than click-clack of heels, well, except maybe soft wool slippers. Those do sound comfy. I'm gonna dress up tomorrow like I'm a businessman, except I'll be wearing these heels, confusing all the peeps in the apartment. I swear I've seen someone rock that look. Like, full masculine business suit, and then heels, visible ankles, earrings, lipstick. I swear I've seen that look. Yeah, it was just some sibling rivalry. They don't look like heels, but when you put them on, it's obvious they are. Interesting. I don't even know how to visualize that. They don't look like heels, but when you put them on, they're clearly heels. I'm imagining like a Transformers sound effect. Yeah, there is a dude who wears heels and a skirt and then male-oriented stuff, and he's so fly. Yeah. It's a good blend. I swear have I seen Maynard James Keenan rock this look? Was Pussifer? It's a Pussifer look? I swear to God. Hold on. Suits. Yeah, there was kind of some of that in this. They didn't rock the heels, but they were rocking the lipstick and the suits. I don't know where I saw heels.
It only gets worse.
Oh my God. I love a good ambiguous look. It's fantastic. My brain short circuits, which I believe is the stylistic intention. Basically, the heel is low and wide, so you don't really notice it until you put them on, and it forces your posture straight. Interesting. I've never worn heels. I don't think I ever will. Unless I decide to do something real silly. Particularly fond of Asian men who are hard to tell. Have you seen the Sexy Mulan Man? I forget his username. The Sexy Mulan.
Okay, look at this. This is unwashed, dirty rice. You can literally put your hand in. When you bring it out, there's like a thin filament covering your hands. That's the excess starch. And this over here, washed rice that I've been letting soak for 10 to 20 minutes. Look at the freaking difference! Look at how pearly white it is after washing it and letting it soak.
But washing the rice takes too much time. I don't have that time.
I'm so sorry. Let me just I don't give a fuck! Okay, look at this. This This is unwashed, dirty rice.
Hey-oh, hi.
So this
Okay,
is the
look at
sexy
this.
Mulan man, and you're like, why is he called the sexy Mulan man?
I just got this from Japan, a rice washing gadget, because I'm lazy and I don't like touching the cold water. I swear my ancestors would roll in their grave if they knew I bought this. First, you pour in the rice, then rinse it with water. Now just rotate it left and right, and the best part, you don't even have to touch the water, because you know, first world problem. Next, lift the top and drain it out. Oh, and don't throw the water away just yet, because some people in Japan actually use it for hair growth and anti-aging. Now, just pour the rice into the rice cooker and you're good.
Oh my goodness, what a nifty little device. Now, I'm gonna say this once. If you want it, buy it. But in my opinion, you don't necessarily need it. But that's not the thing that's gonna make your ancestors roll in their grave. The thing that's gonna make your ancestors roll in the grave is the fact that you didn't wash your rice until the water ran clear! You're not rolling in their graves because you're finding new ways to wash your rice. They're rolling because you're freaking dishonorable! Cloudy, starchy rice water! I'm all for finding nifty devices to help you wash your rice. But please, wash your rice until the water runs clear. And bring honor to us all. Or I will find you. And I'll shove this so far up your ass, I can open you up like an opera!
I just got this.
Well, you see the contrast now. But yeah, this half the time he's this, and then half the time he's the sexy Mulan man. He's cute. Oh my god, I love that. He's so funny. Yeah, he's delightful. Well, that's good. I needed that laugh. As you've noticed, I've been doing my streams later in the day, and that's because Mulan is off her meds. Oh man, she's got some good Mulan stuff about like the bisexual nature of the whole Mulan situation. I'll have to get into that. Oh, Redcap Sue, I sent you a pic of Mark Chow. That is a very ambiguous Japanese man. Do, 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 do. Reject scripts, dude. Yes, this is a very good twink you've got. And I do love that the more like classical or imperial you get with the era, the more feminine he is. Isn't he precious? Okay, so he was told he was too ugly for the role? Who the fuck? What the fuck? And he became one of the most popular fantasy men. That's crazy to have been dealt that, like, sorry, you're too ugly for this role. Like, dude. Just rude beyond rude. Character named Yehua, and I love him. Yeah. Okay, that does help my unages. Yehua. Got a classic drip. And of course it's a classic period romance. The thing is though, is he does dress. The only thing that I would check, because I'm literally wearing black right now and I wear black all the time. I'm like, yeah, I would dress like this. There'd just be like a little bit of green as an accent. Bro, Mulan's nickname was fucking Ping. That was a derogatory term for a gay man in China. Is Ping a slur for gay man in China? Paw pink could mean. Paw ping flower vase is Chinese slang for camp gay. Flower vase. That makes sense. This is like gay on display. Okay, do a search for Donghua. Oh, damn. This Sephiroth looking motherfucker. Holy shit. Damn. They really know how to nail the aesthetic. I see these twinks come in grape flavor. Donghua from Eternal Love. Bai Fengzhu. Who's Bai? Bai. I think. He's more colorful. Gotcha. Interesting. It is the same vibe, but in grape flavor. Grape. This is, what would you call this? Baja Midnight, if it was a Mountain Dew. My favorite female Asian, Ba Fenjui. They are all from the same story. I see. See, I got, not to be a stereotype, but like, for me, like, it was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon that really like cemented all of these aesthetics and tropes for me. I like some fight scenes in my romance. Well, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was very good for what it was. Yes. I mean, you can only do so much in a single movie. Like, I imagine, this is based off of Chinese books. So I imagine this would be a lot different if you had like a whole series, like if you had like 10 episodes instead of 1 2-hour movie. What is so popular about those fantasy men is different. That's true. That's true. Also, remember Mushu was the one who gave her the idea for the name. He was legit setting her up with the bisexual from the get-go. After living so long in China, he would have known the term and probably developed a decent gaydar. Oh my god. So it's basically like if like Mushu was like, hey, name yourself Twink. They'll never figure it out. And that's my TED Talk. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, just tell him your name is Twink, and then everyone else in the thing was like, oh, well, we know the general is into Twink, so let him have that. The one I love is Ashes of Love. It's about a grape fairy. Did we not just see a grape fairy? Ashes of Love. Grape fairy. A grape fairy. Aww. That's just cool. My god. There's a very elvish beauty to these. The things about that genre is the things about that genre is the elvishness. Yes, yes. I'm like, where am I picking this up? I'm like, this is Lothlorien, but in Asia. Like it's got that otherworldly feel. The landscapes are beautiful background. Ooh. Nope. Period piece romances. Maybe one day I should try watching fictional stuff instead of being obsessed with the news and history. Wish there was a better way to show you, because in the last one with Yehua, the landscapes are amazing. Doot, doot, doot. Ashes of love. Landscape. Aw, it's the gift, Louis. Wanted to get some panning shots, but I may have to deal with just still image. Holy shit! Yeah, that's just straight up a painting. God. Damn. This one's like, it's giving me Breath of the Wild. I can't begin to tell you how good the Chinese TV and Korean as well. Yeah, I barely dig into American TV. Oh my god. Yeah, this is why I hope that there's like an immortality afterlife thing, so that I can like catch up on all this shit that I didn't get around to watching or doing while I was alive. I don't own a TV. Heh. Nice. I use my TV for YouTube and video games. Oh, 12 a.m. food time. Oh. Eating at 12 a.m. That's like safe. And I say safe because of how often I like eat late at night and then get like heartburn because of it. Really not sure how much Epstein stuff I'm going to be able to dig into today, as much as I want to. Just because, I mean, I've been struggling all day to start streaming. Yeah, there we are. Like it's just been a tough day. My friend is still in the hospital, still in limbo. Still recovering. There are just some productions that leave you feeling like you had a journey to some magical world and it sticks with you in a positive way. Yeah, that really is that Lord of the Rings feeling. I eat dinner at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., and then I either go to bed, or if it reaches 12 a.m., I'll officially give up on sleep? Boy, what is your insomnia like? No, it's all bad, which is why you need a grape fairy in your life. Lol. A grape fairy. I do love grapes. Yeah, it's... I don't know. It sucks when your friend is in a medically induced coma and you just can't stop listening to songs that you listen to with each other or are about, you know, you as a duo. And so I've spent a lot of my time today crying about that shit. I was gonna try to do more stuff, but yeah, too much crying or coping or... The worst part is just like, how do I put this? Like, just getting caught by surprise by it, where it's like, oh, is this the last time that we'll have ever done this? Oh, this reminds me of this, and then, you know, the flood works. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Collective and company. Wait until you hear about her carrot gnome, who is her friend. All right, we gotta get in on the carrot gnome. Hold up. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is not the one that we're talking about. I think this might be the carrot. I don't know what to do, Matthew. I feel your pain. I just hope to distract you. I appreciate that. Best thing you can do is distract me sometimes and listen to me other times, and it's just, yeah, that's the carrot guy. Yeah, this is hilarious. I love the green netting on his shoulders. And this is giving like Power Rangers in a good way. But I like to hope that this is the carrot gnome's normal form. The guy on the left is dead. This is a ghost. This is a spirit, I assume speaking from the sword. And guy holding a sword wasn't seen for 2 years. No, he really died. The actor? Oh my god. Poor bastard. Well, shit, dude. Oh shit. There's a reason I brought up Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. We had so many sword shots like this. And the guy was holding the world was in jail for 2 years. He's out now? What the fuck? Jesus. Sword, sorry. The one holding the world, Atlas, was in jail? The sword. What the fuck? What a weird photo to have stumbled upon then. Tarnation. The guy who was dead was murdered? But was he murdered by the guy with the sword? It's like that guy in Glee who died right before the end of the last season. That happened. Had to completely rewrite the ending of Glee. God, what a fucking nightmare. Yes, China is hard on its actors. That tracks. China is, in its current state, is hard on everyone. Jesus. You know, I think there's some part of me growing up and like just throughout life that kind of like assumes that someone is safe, you know? But like that there is some safety somewhere in your position, your power, your just anything, that someone is fucking safe. But does not seem like that. Murdered guy was murdered by government agents. What the fuck? And the guy who went to jail supposedly was for tax evasion. Evading your taxes in China really seems like a bold move. In China, why? That's what happens when you exist for, well, we got like 6,000 years of recorded Chinese history. You're gonna have some ups and downs. You're gonna have some bad periods and some good periods. And he's out of jail and back to being an actor. Well, that's good. Tax evasion is not going to really register for most people. I mean, that's what Wesley Snipes did, and he died of an OD. And if I recall, the woman who played his girlfriend on the show was the one who found him. Ah, God. Good Lord. Yeah, it's, as we've seen, there's like no heights you can go to in life where you're safe. It does not exist. The guy who plays Yehua is Canadian, and so he has a better time in the movie industry in China. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. He's got extra rights. But if you are Chinese, woo-wee, yeah. It's like being a guest in the house where a child is abused. Like usually the guest isn't gonna get hit. But if you live there, so many actors get into trouble. Yeah. I used to be way more critical of Jackie Chan for not being more openly vocal against his government, but not like being in America. And even in America, it's getting a little dicey. But yeah, like, best not to play with fire. Jackie Chan has a non-binary daughter he hates? All right. Jackie Chan, anti-Jackie Chan centers activated. People say rich people have no real problems. That's really only true for billionaires who can throw money at everything. Millions don't go so far in America anymore. Damn. And I mean, even people who are billionaires, you can't throw money at every problem. Look at Elon Musk. You can't get your child to love you. Yeah, Google it. I used to like him until that, but I do think it's a bad stigma in China. Yeah. Like, a lot of that stuff, I'm like, how much of this is your free will and how much of this is, like, you're, like, one of the top Chinese stars and you have a ton of eyes on you and you're stuck being nationalist versus Jackie Chan's real thoughts and feelings. Like, it's let's find out. Non-binary child. Currently homeless in Canada as of 2018. As an English chocolate. Jackie Chan reportedly working to reconcile with the strange daughter Etta in Choklam. They are so cute. Elon Musk doesn't care about his children. He's just angry that trans people exist and takes it out on her. He doesn't care about his children, and yeah, that's I could go on an angry rant about pathetic people like Elon Musk trying to rein it in. AC Chan. AC. Oh. Did Jackie Chan's daughter Etta end up living in poverty in Canada? Which, that's fucking crazy. Oh, that's good news. Yeah, Merp. All right, JC Chan. Well, he certainly looks like Jackie Chan's son. Oh, they're so cute. Disappointing. Great that he's trying to work it out with him, but like disappointing that he was ever in the business of hating his daughter like that anyway. Except I don't know what either is going through. Yeah. It's hard to say, but undeniable. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, little trails. Can we turn that back on, please? Thank you. Back to the lobby. Shout out to Elon Musk's trans daughter. Whatever. I'm just praying that the majority, if not all, of Elon Musk's kids, just praying that they're all better than him. Like, praying. Killed by the woke mind virus, you fucking bitch, baby. But at face value, it's undesirable, for sure. A similar note, I've heard that the raging transphobe to proud trans person pipeline is a lot more common than you think. Apparently, it's not just me who had a period of paranoia about liberal brainwashing before finally coming to terms with reality. Oh, man. Yeah, raging transphobe to proud trans person pipeline. Yeah, the raging phobe to proud blank person pipeline, I think, is like a larger like dynamic to explore, because you see it with the homophobes for sure. Period of paranoia about liberal brainwashing. Yeah. That must be so fucking hard. She looks like a Lord of the Rings elf. She does. We've seen a lot of Lord of the Rings elves on this stream so far. It's only been 39 minutes and no Lord of the Ring characters have been on screen. I think it's funny Elon was such a loser. Epstein pretended he was ending the stuff on the island just to get rid of him. Oh man, it's like there's nothing going on. It's like Elon's like, when is your wildest party? And Epstein is like, we canceled that one, and in the future we don't do that around here anymore. Just to keep. Elon's like, I'm gonna get my own Predator Island. I was an asshole as a kid, but now I couldn't hurt a fly or be hateful. So you grew up. That's good. I feel like I was an asshole as a kid, but I got better when I grew up, is probably the natural course of things. If you're a good kid and you grow up to be a good person, that's just like... It's like, oh, thank God. I had my asshole phase in my early 20s. When was my asshole phase? I don't know. Middle school? Elementary school? But I was being abused, so it's really hard to... Like, was I an asshole or was I acting out because I was being viciously abused? Oh, we saw a lot of Sylvan Elves, I think is their name. A lot of the other types aren't in the main stories. Yeah. A Sylvan with a Y, I think. I was trying to be like my parents, conservative. Gotcha. You were just mirroring what was modeled for you. We're so informed by our environment, it is hard for you to not to have been doing that. I'm just glad that you Grew out of that. Congrats, dude. I was never an asshole, but depending on my mood, I can be a bitch. Depends on if I feel attacked. This week I felt moody, so I've been extra spicy to Trump supporters on Facebook. Well, at least you're aiming your energy in the correct direction. Like we need this energy aimed in the right direction. There are people on this earth who deserve wrath that should pour upon them. For me, it depends on whether I've been fed recently. I'm alive. Yeah, I try to keep my hangriness in check. Not good. Very sweet, but I'll whoop some ass if someone else is being bullied or something. I don't know if I would... I'm not a super violent person, but... I don't think I'd get... I think I'd try to verbally de-escalate a fight or a conflict before I do anything else. But I'd wreck someone if necessary, like if we've got to save some people. I'm like a wild animal that is generally gentle, but if I get cornered, I will attack. Yeah. When you get cornered, it's fight or flight. Speaking more verbally, I'm not particularly physically violent. Gotcha. I haven't had much use for physical violence. Been pretty good at just talking to people. I've had some very funny de-escalation moments. I'm 6'6", so me just stepping in ends things. That certainly makes things easy. When the tree steps into the fight, it's like, okay, hold on. Everybody rethink your positions. I have yet to find a way to stop the hanger from taking control. I just try to stick to a meal plan. Yeah, the only thing that I would say is just have food on on hand at all times. Just like trail mix or something. When I was a young woman and married, it wasn't uncommon for me to throw things, but I outgrew it. It sounds like you were weren't in a great marriage at the time anyway, so you can be excused for a little throwing. Yeah, at 6'6", if you marched in, I'd be, yes, sir. As someone who grew up the tallest in his family and never felt short or intimidated by tall people, I'd be like, hey, dude, what's up? Because height doesn't spook me. Like, let's be real. All of the most sensitive organs in the human body are well within short person reaching level. You have a knife, you can stab all the soft bits. Like, if you're tall, you're intimidating, you're not safe. What? Oh, you want me to stop my shit? You got it, lol. I'm gonna be 30 this year, damn. Marks year 4 of being single. As someone who spent many years voluntarily and involuntarily single at the same time, and by which I mean I wanted to be not single consciously, but like the rest of my psyche was like, no. Like, sometimes it's you need more reflection, time, healing, therapy. Like, I have not been single this long since before I was 16. See, that's where I was after my marriage as well. And I've sort of been in this like funky dating limbo where I just have not been able to. It's because it's the same path I walked down. I think that's what it is it's the same path I walked down in my committed relationship and got burned so fucking hard that my nervous system refuses to even jump in that water again. But I managed to find my way to love in a, like, roundabout, non-standard way. But I had to because my body refused to go the normal way. I love Ribbot. We're gonna do Ribbot. Man, he's so shiny. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really skinny, but I wear baggy clothes, and I have very broad shoulders and resting bitch face, so people don't try anything. And that would be intimidating to some people. But yeah, I would never underestimate a tall, skinny person. The tall, lanky people are always like I'd never gotten in fights with them, but I'd always heard people were like, Jesus Christ, they can hit. I'm kind of proud of myself for that. You're kind of proud of yourself for having been single for 4 years? Matthew, you wouldn't be single unless you want. That's very sweet. It's a part of me wants to be and part of me doesn't want to be. I was fine being single, but within my first relationship, I was love bombed, so that was fun. Love bombing is the worst. Because eventually it stops and you realize, oh, that was an attack, not a relationship. I was being bombed. I dated a police officer who was 6'7", and it was wild. Like a tree that you could climb. I'm not very good at being alone, but I'm also not good with too many people to handle either. Yeah, there's like a good middle point. I don't know if I'll ever get married or even if I'll have a relationship ever again. It would be nice to have a man and a cat, but men are a lot harder to deal with than cats. Oh God. Yeah, cats infinitely easier, even though they can claw and bite you, somehow still more manageable. He was fun in some ways, but there was something wrong with him. Oof. Unfortunately, it tends to be a common pattern with police officers. Let's see. I was going through menopause and he didn't deal well with my mood swing. Oof. Yeah, mood swings are tough. Because like both sides in a mood swing have to accept that like is not personal in either direction. And I don't really blame him. It's a choice. Yeah, I mean, if he just doesn't have like the tools or capacity to handle that kind of thing, not everyone does. Yeah, it was just not something he wanted to deal with. Well, your husband right now, I think, would be grateful for this guy's lack of taste and inability to handle your mood swings. It is weird how like, oh, like a lot of the times shit just does work out, but like the trip there is so messy sometimes. Yeah, I wish he was a bit nicer about the breakup, but I think he was a bit angry about it, lol. Yeah. We could all just stay diplomatic about it. If he didn't have the tools to deal with mood swings, he honestly shouldn't have been a cop. You're right. If you're not able to deal with sudden pivots in emotion, you probably shouldn't have the power. Got over it fast. He didn't. Gotcha. Couldn't imagine leaving because of mood swings. I have the longest fuse in the world. The only way that I would be like, oh, look at these mood swings, I'm out, is if it was like, if it became abusive. That's the only way. This car just feels so plain. I have a long fuse too, where it's a little more like, just like irritated, frustrated. Like, it's varying levels of irritation until we hit like until the fuse hits the bomb, essentially, I guess. And even then, I'm pretty controlled. Oh, but I was sad about the breakup just a bit. I don't like being alone. Oh. I was complaining about it, and Peter invited me to come to his sister's wedding to get my mind off of things. Aw. That's so sweet. Wait. I'm sorry. I can move the bridge? What? What? No way. Okay. Why do you let me... Oh, because I can change the bridge. Yo, okay. Oh my God. Where did the car come from? That was in this guy's order. And I came home engaged. That's hilarious. But I was sad about the breakup just a bit. I don't like being alone. I was complaining about it, and Peter invited me to come to his sister's wedding to get my mind off of things, and I came home engaged, lol. I love that pivot. I love that pivot. And I came, let's see. Wait, just a minute, where did the car come from? Yeah, it was part of the order. Being love bombed, I couldn't stand being alone. Yeah, that is one of the problems. It's like, well, now that I've had it, like, how am I supposed to ever not have it? You gotta pick for us all to drool over your elven height. I didn't know they had cars in this. They have a few. Dragon Sword is definitely Caden's boyfriend, so let's not hit on him. Let me put this monkey on top of this car. I can't. No. What can we dress you in? I love that he's got just like a basic hoodie. Well, I wish I had a photo I was proud of. Aw. I bet there's photos Caden's proud of. The dealy bobbers go over on top of his... So funny to me for some reason. Is whose boyfriend? And I don't hit on men. Sometimes I gently flirt, but only if they deserve it. Lol. Gotcha. Whose boyfriend? I hurt my knee. Ouch. That's the name you usually see. I hurt my knee. Ouch. Oh my God, the little flowers on his eye. None of this fits though. None of this fits Ribot's aesthetic. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here's something. Yeah, which one do I put on? Go with the blue one. Okay, and cool. Remember, I'm old. I don't think you're not that old. Let's see, accessories. Oh my God. The visors on his, so silly. Oh, one eye. The glasses are so silly on him. The monocle. I'm Polly and I asked Caden so it doesn't bother me, but I appreciate you looking out for me. No problem, man. Making sure everything's above board. I'm old enough that I can't remember if I'm 58 or 59. Aw. 58 to 59 years young. What? Oh, all right. I see. I'm like, why are they down there? And it's because they give him the mustache. They can't align it with his eyes. Oh my god. Okay, I don't... There's so many options and they're all so goddamn silly. This is for his house full of cranks. So like, what is the theme here, really? What does a crank man wear? We're going with this because it's dumb and I'm silly. After being engaged to Micah for a year and all the shit he pulled on me, I just don't care about being alone anymore. I saved his ass from homelessness, got him his GED, got him a damn job, and he was in college by the time he broke up, and he still did dusty to claim I hate him when I said I couldn't convince my dad to let him stay at our house anymore. Bruh. Bro. Bro. I feel like we've talked about Micah, but it's been a long time. That boy sounds lame as hell. I'm planning on going to my sister's next month so she can doll me up, because I'm over-presenting as a guy, lol, so I might have photos I'm proud of soon. Oh, nice. I was like, huh. That explains why you were like, I don't have good pictures. You're in between. You're between stages. Boop, boop, boop. Every bit of nonsense. But that's awesome, dude. Dude? Huh. I never did well, you said, I assume boyfriend is dude. Like, am I getting my pronouns wrong? You don't look a day over 30. Might be wise in the years, but still as beautiful as ever. That's some sun stuff. That's the type of sun stuff I would say. And hello, everyone. I just woke up for a moment. I passed out early. Well, nice having you here, J-Tonic. I hope you're doing well. I support you in gassing up your mom. I do that shit too. Hell yeah. Always got to encourage our moms to be nicer to ourselves. And Micah was the one who cheated on me several times because he was poly, so of course he's going to cheat. That's half the point of poly, is so that cheating kind of becomes a non-issue thing because you can communicate so well that you can just do stuff. And like, you shouldn't have to cheat if you're poly. Like, you should already have your communication skills figured out. God damn. Bullshit. Yeah. He came over here to hunt me down. Hunt you down and remind you that you're beautiful. See, my mother's in her early 60s, and she looks like she might be in her early 40s, so... lucked out with aging genetics there. This is a room for cranks, apparently. My crank room. Where I was gonna say this is where I crank it, but it would have been a massive error. Oh, I said it anyway. It isn't hard to find you. I'm agender, but annoying guys keep thinking I'm like them. Annoying and conservative. Oh. Agender. What is a boyfriend, girlfriend, a gender? A friend? Friend? I need a cranking room. Every young man should have a cranking room just to be considerate of others, really. Oh my god, Ribot's poster is so ominous. I love it. Turn off the lights. Let's close. Don't use. Okay. And then turn the lights down low. And they wobble to and fro. What's the sound of cranking? What's the sound of one man cranking? Okay. I just think I've seen so many stories of terrible boyfriends or terrible partners and stuff. But unfortunately, a lot of it's boyfriends. Ruining fucking lives. Ruining the lives of perfectly good people who were genuinely trying to help them. That type of shit pisses me off to no end. Aw, your cat is having dreams. How can you tell? Is he kicking? Sometimes you have to crank it until the motor is running. Sent you a pic of me and Peter when we got engaged? Aww. Oh, why isn't it hard to find me, JT Lol? I just know you. Where is there it is? There we go. Aww. Oh, precious. Now that's an Irish couple for sure. Mm-hmm. 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 I know your favorite spots. Aw. He's chirping in his sleep. That's so sweet. That's my Irish man, broken nose and all. Well, that comes standard with every Irish person. I don't know why. They keep tripping on leprechauns. I'm trying to think of a non-racist thing to say. Oh God. Peter chirps in his sleep too. Aw. I chirp when I yawn. I have a weirdly adorable yawn. No. I was like, not right now. I'm busy. Yeah, Peter tripped on another man's fist. The classic Irish brawl. Life's tough when you live on an island colonized by the British. Which of these looks like cranks? Nothing looks like a crank. You have to use... No, it's too... Oh. Oh. I love the newspaper patterning, though. Nothing is giving crank. We're just gonna go with the defaults. What is crank? To crank, like... However, it can also be a euphemism for taking care of oneself, let's say. My migraine may not be fully gone, but I think it's easing up. Oh, good. I don't think I've ever had a migraine, knock on wood. At least not what people have described to me. So I always have a lot of sympathy for people who suffer migraines. Because it just sounds truly hellish. It's easy enough that I can listen to y'all. Good. Oh, I shouldn't have asked. Yeah, I think J Tonic was it's important to I think J Tonic was perhaps playing on your ignorance there. It's important to know these things. You shut up. It's important to know. And my entire family has migraines and they're all different. Oh God. Your entire family has my condolences because just no good. Cranking can also help migraine. I have heard this advice as well. I have heard that one. Cranking with two people can help as well. If a friend has a headache, give him a crank. Be a friend. Give him a crank. How's that new game, JT? It's cranking. How do I extricate myself from this? I don't know. I don't know if there's a way. No. No to what, collective? No to what? Dude. Why can't I ever pick anything? This is so Colorado. I'm gonna do this. It's because it's so native. You can't extricate. Sounds a lot like, never mind. No to curing migraines with that. Does it not help? Were we listening to, like, bad science? It's so funny because... I ain't gonna test it. No, that's not what we're saying at all. I'm sorry if you thought that. Oh my God. We're not, this isn't a prescription for you. I thought you were gonna be like, come in here and debunk it, and I'm like, damn. All those times I thought I was helping. This is crank related, I guess? It's a lot of weird... we unlocked the mini car here. I just think it's weird what stuff is and isn't here. I prescribe everyone crankacillin. Crankacillin. Crank it all. If you are... JT, you're taking too many innocents from Ethan. Help. No one has to crank unless they want to crank. All cranking is voluntary. No one is to be forced to crank without their consent. Just to be very clear. Now, see, you are in trouble, Jay. I mean, to be fair, it's not his fault the cranks came up. Technically, it's Ribot's fault over here. He's the one who wanted a house full of cranks. What kind of lunatic? What kind of lunatic, I ask again, needs this much crankery? What kind of man needs crankitude of this magnitude? Boop. Tuck that there. Luigi gonna clean it, this chat. I saw it. I'm my mother's son. She made me this way. thought it was some new slang you youngsters had come up with for fun. No, I'm well, let's have a look. Earliest use of cranking it. Are you serious? I'm sorry. Uh... Oh, one day somebody started doing it, not knowing what it was, and they couldn't stop doing it. A long possessed trait of humanity's primate predecessors, predating us by at least tens of millions of years. You could be curing cancer, instead you're choosing this. Helping hand, load bearing, these titles. Oh my, old habits. Old habits. Helping hand and load bearing. Frank Landymore, you sassy little man. Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm not... That's the end of that tangent. Go home, science, you're drunk. Lol. Wow. That's not what I was looking for. And now I'm afraid that if I keep looking, I'm gonna get demonetized. So... let's give him this phonograph, because... Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's turn off the phonograph. Jesus. Holy shit. Well, it was us who Googled. Wasn't the article we wanted, but it was the one we needed. Oh my god. It's not the answers we were looking for. It was the answers we needed. Can't wait for Caden to edit this. This is gonna be fucking funny. Oh my god. I thought, wouldn't it be funny? What kind of cranks am I gonna unlock? And it's none of these are new items. That's the only bummer of having done this, is that none of these are new items. I'm gonna make it so that this is a very elaborately powered gumball machine. Gonna yellow everything up a little bit, make it seem like it's all a piece. And maybe not that one. Might not be able to fit that one. Maybe. What if I scoot this over? Yeah. Was it the... Absolutely. I mean, I would have preferred a cupcake. No one can be unhappy while holding a cupcake. Got a little Animal Crossing Lego cupcake. I don't know when will this focus? Can it? Can it focus? Focus. Focus on the cupcake. Okay, I'm gonna have to nope out of front for a little bit. Maybe somebody else in here can handle this. Oh no, because of the headache? Migraine? Well, we'll see you later, Nate. Hope they don't send Annabelle. I don't know if she'll be happy. And let me get my little cupcake in the hand of... Yes, 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 we've done this. It's a little Lego Celeste. From the Ambable Crossing. Yeah, but it has to be a real cupcake. Damn it! I don't have one. Don't have time to make one. I have the materials, but not the time. Robot's photo. Silva. He's a robot. It's hard to maintain a sad with a cupcake. You have to try hard. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think I'm definitely in a state of sadness where one cupcake would simply not be enough. I would have to buy like a 6-pack. Such a weird ass room that I ended up with. Okay, steel flooring, steel walls. Just what on earth is this? And there's simply not enough cranks. You'll be sitting there so sad, and then you're like, oh, nice, a cupcake. Oh, I could get cupcakes. Grocery store's not that far away. Does sound good. But again, I could make... I don't have the cupcake trays. I don't have a cupcake pan, and I don't have cupcake cups. I can't make cupcakes of my own. I have to go buy cupcakes. I'm just talking myself out of making cupcakes. My brain was like... My brain, like, stood up. Like, part of my brain stood up and was like, make the plan. And then the rest of me was like, just hold on. Chill the fuck out. You don't have... don't have the necessary materials. You can cook them in a tea mug. You bring up a very important point. You bring up a very valid point. I've handled it, took the ibuprofen and our normal evening medication. I don't feel the way Nathan seemed to, but better to be on the safe side. Bang. Yeah, definitely take care of what the rest of the system is telling you is happening. That's a good instinct. Okay, we'll stop the cupcake talk if it's bad for you. It's not bad for me. It is making me a little hungry, and I have no cupcake. But that literally happens on every stream. There's a bingo card for these streams that Caden, I hurt my knee, ouch, made. And one of them was me making myself hungry on stream. I'm withdrawing from my meds, so I'm a little goofy right now. All right, wasn't that been an ongoing problem for you? I could have sworn. I think multiple people here were having trouble with their meds. With getting their meds. Am I crazy? Yes. Going very bad. Oh. I forget, like, why... Like... Are they transitioning you onto something? Or are you just in limbo? Going very bad, so I've had to go back on them. Then we managed to get half doses. Okay. That's unfortunate. At least it's only a half dose, so hopefully it's only a half step back, not a full. Always, I don't come to the light often. I simply stand and observe the going-ons. There are times I must take control, however. Understandable. And a migraine is just the best place to get some help. Because those things suck. I've seen migraines that, like, straight up cripple a person. They're, like, crawling on their hands and knees on the ground. Like, that's how bad it is. I had a teacher go through that once. It was crazy. The psychiatric drugs that were given to me are extremely damaging to my liver. And I have liver disease, so I have to come off of them. But like you just said, you weren't able to completely get off of them, and so now you had to go back onto them in a halvesies type of way. Now that you mentioned liver, like, are you going to survive? That's a great question. It's actually fitting that you're here, Redcap, because Leah is still in the hospital. And her liver damage has got the doctors very pessimistic, but we don't really we don't really know where things are going to actually land. I reached a point where I was very confused and had a hard time telling if I was awake or asleep. That's insane. That's rough. So back on the pills I went. There's gotta be something that you can transition to or through or something, right? Right? So we got a dose that is half the previous dose, and we lowered it to that. So hopefully that will be better. That'll be better on your system. This is such a weird. Like, I knew it was going to be a weird prompt, but it just came out weirder than I thought it was going to be. There's just they just gave me less to work with than I was hoping for. All right, my battery's reached its end here. Ribot. Oh my god. Look, you live in Crank City now. Woo! Hooray! It was 120 milligrams, and I lowered it to 60 milligrams. And I thought I could then go cold turkey, but it was a bad idea. You silly goose. You silly Billy. You goofy goober. 120 to 60 to cold turkey is madness. Madness, woman. You gotta at least go by halves. Actually, I'm in a lot of pain and discomfort and sickness. I just hide it well. I'm one of God's strongest soldiers. I'm so sorry. Yeah, going cold turkey from 60 milligrams is just agony. So yeah, you're gonna have to lower it again. And then again. They did blood work and I can't find out what it is until Friday. See how my liver is functioning. Oof. Well, I hope that it is doing well, or at least, you know, I hope things have not gotten any worse. Man. And I have an MRI scheduled for next week. Okay. So you've got some. It's getting looked at. It's just stressful and painful and. Blech. I'm so sorry. And your friend is just at a stage of her disease where it's worse. You can see the outline of my liver if you look at my abdomen. Jesus. Never been able to see anyone's liver. I'm sorry you must endure such suffering. We in the collective shall pray for the best in our own ways. Thank you. Very helpful. It's wild. Yeah, I don't know of any of my internal organs that I can casually see. You're welcome. Yeah, I don't know. The doctors are super pessimistic about my friend's liver, but I don't know. Can't really accept that it's over. And my friend is recovering in other ways. So, no. Aww, you are one of the strongest people I know. And as much as I know it sucks, you are doing so well, and I'm proud of you. That's so sweet. That's good son behavior. My liver is damaged by several things. A lot of it, the doctors did it, but I have a percentage of blame. But I mean, like, your percentage of blame, like, has to be far outweighed by the doctor fuck up. Like, your mistakes are one thing as just a normal human being, but like, when the medical professionals fuck it up, it's 1,000 times worse. Hey. Aww. So precious. The castle of the noble knight. I could have eaten better, and I worked in the medical field and had the ability to know if I took the time. Yeah, all the could-haves and should-haves. My therapist likes to catch me on those a lot. They fucked up so bad I've been debating filing a complaint? Nah, no debate. Like, I feel like it's lawsuit time. Probably been lawsuit time. Got like, oh my god, how many people? There's at least 4 people. See that, like, next to that line of 4, there's a series. There's a ... There's an ellipse, so there's more than 4. I really liked that spot. Let's go with this one. I just don't know if they should. You should. File a complaint, Mom. Even if it can't help you now, it can help someone else in the future. Maybe you're going through this to keep someone else from going through it down the line. Yep. The nurse practitioner who's giving me the meds, I don't know how much she knows or knew what was going on. I'd hate to ruin her life. Well, what's your life like? What did her actions do to your life? Like, who's been damaged here? Let's prioritize. I told her so many times I was struggling with my liver. I would personally wait until the danger is out of the way, but I do agree you should file, and it's up to you on when. Yeah, but just with how long it takes legal shit to go on, the sooner the better. And she didn't even run blood tests. Yeah, I think you have what you need. And a lawyer would be great to get a hold of, too. File a complaint, or I can go there and file a complaint face-to-face in person on your behalf. I don't want anything from these people. You should want things. Even if the thing that you want is for this to never happen again, you should want something from them. Sleepy. I just don't want it to happen to someone else. I don't want money or anything. That is what you want. You don't want it to happen to someone else. So what you want from these people is better procedure, better policy, better law, better awareness, something. I don't want money or anything. I don't want her life ruined. I just want her to learn. Well, I don't think you'll ruin her life, but you'll probably make her learn. And it's understandable to not want money. But if there is money to get and legally you are owed it, that's nothing to be ashamed of. But if your priority is, I want this to never happen to anyone, the complaint is just as important. Let's see. Castle of the Noble Knight. None of these are super castle-y unless we're talking a Japanese castle, but this guy is clearly European themed. What is money going to do to fix it? Nothing. Yeah. Probably covers some costs to moving to Ireland, though. Yeah, definitely file before it's too late. I've heard of lawsuits getting thrown out because too much time had elapsed since the incident. Yes. Sometimes the statute of limitations runs out. Is the only organ that can't heal itself, or it will rally, or it won't. Livers is the only organ that can, or the liver is the only organ that can't heal itself? I'm sorry. I would have liked to have known about this. Unfortunately, this might be Leah. We were told she's not currently eligible for a transplant. Yeah, this would have been nice to know. Liver is the only organ that can heal itself, and it will rally or it won't. Yeah, the liver can heal itself. Yeah, it can regenerate itself. You can get a living donor. You can give a piece of healthy liver from a live donor. My mom donated 65% of her liver to my uncle a month or so back? Damn. Huh. These are very valuable liver findings that I'm genuinely pumped to have learned about. Thank you all very much. I'm going to be telling my friend's mom about this because the liver is the thing that the doctors are being the most dire about. They are being very fatalist about it. Like, if her liver won't recover, then nothing will recover. I'm angry now. I must step away. Are you okay? Bane and company? Nate and company? Let me know what's going on. You could donate to your friend or someone can. When you donate part of your liver, it will then grow into a whole liver. I'll be damned. I do not know why I am angry, which is why I must step away. Understandable. Very respectable. Search your feelings. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Okay, none of these houses are giving hassle in the right way. Okay, maybe this, maybe this, maybe this. Okay. And then I'd like a good strong door. These ones are called Zen doors, but to me they feel more European, but clearly they're not. This would be a good time for these heavy-duty ass doors. Rustic doors. Hey, go to the link I sent you. Okay. Let's have a look. Bro. Yeah. I don't know if I'm a good enough candidate for a donor, but obviously I'd fucking do it. Some of her family members were talking about donating it, but like the doctors were saying that we can't, that she's not, that my friend isn't going to be able to be eligible, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and if you need to come here to do it, I'd host anyone. Oh, I appreciate that. Remember, they don't always know what they are talking about. I would love it if they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I would love it. I mean, I would love it if they know exactly what they're talking about and they're just wrong. Because shit's just not fucking fair. It's just not fair. A lot of times the doctors just don't have the expertise in an area. Like, she's not a candidate for liver transplant, so they might just assume. I'm hoping it's just they're assuming with the information they have. And then when you actually get down to it, like, my friend's gonna be okay. Yeah. Just so, just it can't be the end for her. I can't accept that. My friend's mom can't accept that, and so, but it never hurts to, or she might just be in such bad health, the outcome of a surgery would be too bad. Would be bad too. It never hurts to look into alternatives. Yes, they were saying that, like, in her condition, she would not be able to survive a transplant. But we're still very early on. They're still running dialysis, detoxification. All sorts of stuff is going on to get her into a better condition, where she could feasibly get a transplant. And some doctors are uncomfortable with the procedure, but others are more comfortable. Yeah. And I really just think, like, just the condition that she was in when we brought her is just seems so dire, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe at the end of this month I'll be like, I was running on copium and just, this is just me trying to stay sane as I lose my fucking best friend. But I'm hoping at the end of the month, it was just holding out hope, and I was right, goddammit. The surgeon I worked for could handle cases others wouldn't touch, but there is something to her needing to be in better health. Yes. Yes. It's I mean, she's getting sepsis, like, she's got jaundice, high ammonia levels, like, definitely right this minute, I wouldn't want her to go through a fucking transplant process. But, you know, keep pumping her full of medicine and taking care of her. Maybe we can get her to a point where she can bounce back. There's no good hat for this motherfucker. Because he's already got the best hat. Wait. No. Oh, your little wreath. I don't think it's ever bad to look at alternatives and seek to stop death unless the patient is done themselves. Yeah. Not the I feel the patient is the decider, not the doctor. Yeah. And, I mean, Leah, my friend's been struggling with what she's been struggling with, you know, the whole time I've known her. And whenever I'm showing concern and I'm like, hey, you need to get help, you know. The refrain from her has always been, well, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. And so I feel even when she's unconscious right now, the I don't want to die mindset is going to be in charge. If a patient wants to strive to do everything to live, then that's what must be done. Exactly. If that is what she said, then yes, she wants to try to live. Yep. So I figure the will to live is still brewing in there, even under sedation. So I'm not counting her out. My psyche is constantly being ripped between it's so over and it's not over. Like, I'm just constantly being whipped back and forth between those two. And I refuse to give up on her. A lot of time doctors try to be in charge of the decision, and I don't feel it's theirs to make. Yeah. And they could make like a feasible argument and be like, well, I'm the doctor, I'm in charge. And it's like, well, it's not your body, so not your call. Oh, thank God that worked. I wasn't sure that would work. Let's see. It's I'm the customer, I'm in charge. It is a capitalistic system here. If they don't like it, they can vote for universal health care. Yep. Like, I'm in charge. I'm the one paying the premiums. God damn it. Come on. There we go. Guarantee you, doctor doesn't want to get into an argument with me. Got that fiery Irish spirit. Oh my God, I don't think I can get it closer. I don't think these are working. See these castle exteriors. Not feeling it. Here, I'm soft-spoken, smart, and I know the way things work. Yeah, a dangerous combo. A powerful combo. Let's pull back here. Pull back here. They can't get me lathered up and yelling to justify throwing me out, but they can't win an argument with me either. I see. You're like, I'm simply too calm to be defeated by the likes of you, Doctor. Oh man, this is such a janky, weird... Oh man. Just from above, this is just so janky. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up hope with my friend and her recovery. A little tough. Oh my God. This MFR will not center perfectly. Should I have made this a different color? Emblem. Oh. I like this one. I had a nurse that was rude to me last year, so I have not paid my bill. I waited until I got a call from the administration about the bill, and I said, nope, because your new nurse was rude and you didn't do anything about it. You want my money? Do something about it. Well, guess what they are doing? What are they doing about it? Oh my God, covered wagon? Really? I don't know if this covered wagon really fits here, guys. Told them I can choose to use my money and my insurance with someone else. She's being disciplined. Okay, good. Yeah. A rude nurse, man. I don't know, like, why people think they can just get away with shit. With no consequences. Boy. Do. I was in the ER at one point. I threw up. And I haven't been to the ER in forever. I'm trying to think. Was it my suicide attempt back in Michigan? I think it was. Yeah. Ooh, that's nice. Gold iron parquet. And the botanical tile wall. The stately wall. The stone wall. The rustic stone wall. Don't know which one to go with. I like this. However, those windows are clashing with the European aesthetic. It needs to go. Goodbye. Peter grabbed one of those barf bags, so I barfed in it. He comes in and says the doctor wants to give me Haldol for the barfing. I just barfed once, mind you. Oh. You're probably like, I don't want more barf. You barfed once? You're on my shit list. I said, oh no, thank you. It makes me very loopy, and I don't think that's a great idea right now. And I imagine that the nurse got snippy about that. I want it leading away. She says then, she says to me, well then just sit and barf for that. I don't know if that's super rude, but I'm sure in the moment after you've just barfed, it's like, motherfucker. I have returned. Welcome back, Bane. I hope you're doing well. Let me know if you need help with anything. I said, I don't know who you are talking to because it sure as hell can't be me. Oof. She's activated your trap card. I could have sworn that I could make these knights gold. Could have sworn. Maybe that's a completely different video game. Plate armor. Everything. No. Suit. Armor. Oh, crossing. She says, what the hell do you recommend since you think you know better than the doctor? Ooh. Ooh. Everyone is throwing fighting words now. So I listed off a few drugs I could take for nausea and their dosages. That shut her the fuck up. Oh my god. Jesus. So much unnecessary hostility from this lady. Leisure boat. Regular ship, pirate ship, One Piece ship. I could hear Peter giggling next to me. Yes, I was livid. Yeah, that I would also be giggling. It's just like listening to you list off like fucking medications and dosages. Damn. Nurses with a complex do not approve. Yeah, they're scary. An abusive nurse, angels of death. Like, scary as hell. I was in misery and scared, and this bitch was giving me lip. Oh my god. I'm glad you didn't put up with it and put her in her place about it. But the thing about me, you take a swing at me, I swing back. I don't usually have to swing back. It's weird. I don't know. I guess I mean, my advantage is I don't interact with many humans due to not going out much, but no women hate me. I get it all the time. Hell yeah. No man shall defeat me. I am no man. Do 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 do. I think it's my RBF. Oh, I mean, you know what? That might be a thing, because I actually have like a resting smiling face. Like I'm kind of like this. So I'm just like consistently friendly. It's not, if I'm not actively smiling, I have a very deep frown. Gotcha. That would definitely explain some of it. And explain why I'm not experiencing it. Because I'm just like... These are the artfuls, huh? Okay, so what's so artful about you? Okay. It's not that artful. I'm not impressed by your artfulness. Let's not the cave. I'm verbally ready to defend myself, but Peter, he's slow to anger, but if he gets pissed off, oh my god. Yeah, I imagine if you piss off an Irishman, you are uncorking a volcano. Especially because I do think I generally see Irish people as slow to anger. That might not be the right stereotype, but or perhaps at least slow to lash out. I couldn't imagine. She's lucky she didn't piss him off. Oof. I'm not... If Peter has finally had enough, he would have picked her up by her collar and chucked her out the door. Damn. But I'm sure he was like, my wife's got it. Sue's got it. We don't need to go nuclear. She's already gone atomic. I couldn't imagine going into healthcare and not liking people. That's a valid point. I'm not a people person, but I'm still sweet. Aww. Yeah, I've had to stop him before. Oh. Yeah. That's... I don't think I've ever gotten to that point. Oh, there's the goddamn golden one. There we go. Boop. I've tried to explain to him we don't handle things here like you do in Ireland. You say that to him as he looks up to you and he's midway building a bomb and he's like, well, how do you do things here in the States? He got into a fist fight with a cop here over a traffic ticket and I had to bail him out. That's very fair. Those $1,000 to bail him out. And I mean, by fair, I mean, it's very fair that he would be upset by that. But, Oh, that's dope. This is this is a European man. I can't. This is a European chicken. I can't use a Hawaiian king. Don't make no sense. I don't know why I made it weird and steampunky. He snatched the ticket from the cop, tore it up in the cop's face, and the cop punched Peter, and Peter punched back. I mean, as far as the violence goes, the cop clearly started it. Did your husband set a very impertinent tone by ripping it up? Yes. Was the cop a big baby for punching your husband for ripping up? For ripping up a ticket? Yes, the cop is a big baby for ripping up the ticket. The way he called the cop, and then he called the cop a murderer all the way to the police station. Just really trying to get under that guy's skin. God damn. Let's go alphabetical, because it looked like things were named gold. I'm there with my hand over my face. And he's like, what? How we do things in the old country. The golden altar is going to be, yeah, it's way too big. Like, I can, yeah, and then we're stuck. Well, he listed off all the people who knew had been killed by police, and he's got that accent, and he called him a murdering American. It was a nightmare. Damn. Really went all out. What a story that cop must have. And I had to pay $1,000 to get him out. Is that on his permanent record still? Like, is he on record having punched cop? Golden candlestick. Well, yes, it's on his record. Damn it. Along with that time, he shot a drunk with rock salt. I love how your husband gets increasingly Irish the more you describe him. Can I put anything in... Can I put this in the seat? No! God damn it. Type. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Alphabetical. Looking for marble. Where the fuck is the marble? Fuck. If not marble, modern. The hell am I looking for? Why can't I find it? Oh, is it luxury? Here. Alphabetical. His father was worse. Oof. Fathers tend to be that way. Not that I know too much about that. I've only met my father for less than a minute. Where is... God damn it. by type again. Father was a famous boxer in Liverpool. He was twice the size of Peter and very dangerous. Jesus. A famous Liverpudlian boxer. That's wild. So it's just in the family that he would punch a cop in the face. It's like check one off the list. He would chuck people out of pubs. Damn, so he was a bouncer. Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, I love Liverpudlian, but that's what you call someone from Liverpool. Just perfect. Simple perfection. Let's mirrors? Mirror. Can I put a little shorter something that's thin in front of it? I think I could, I just don't know where. Oh, it'd be interesting to just turn this into like... Oh, no, I can't. It doesn't go flat. These, no. Trying to find something good to put in this slot. I'm not finding it. I am not seeing. Where could be? Western style stone. Very much wish Nathan had not gone through the trauma that created me. I'm a constant reminder of that fool Micah. Yeah. Yeah, Nate was just talking about that. I look like him and act similarly to how his Bane alter acted. Oh. Are you ever able to, like, I don't know, get rid or reabsorb an altar? Just there forever? The one time Peter was in a bar in Drumquin, and so was his dad. This dude upset Peter, so he goes over to his dad and whispers to his drunk dad that this guy called him old and fat. While his father jumps up, throws the table at the guy, gets him by the ears, and throws him out the pub door. Dude, young Peter was a menace. Damn. He wasn't young at that point. I was imagining a kid, but they're in a fucking bar, aren't they? So, definitely not young, huh? But definitely mischievous. Damn, that is hilarious. Can I get this ornament tree gold enough? Nope, not gold enough to fit in. We can merge or go dormant, however, it is not on purpose. Okay, so... Damn. Like a ghost that can't be laid to rest. Or like you can be, but like the cosmos isn't telling you how. Oh, I just understood for the first time why you always say the name, so we know who is typing. Yep. Yeah, Calm Chaos Collective has dissociative identity disorder, DID. Okay, that makes sense now. Yeah, sorry we didn't explain that. You know what? I want to throw these beehives in because I love honey. True gold. All right. This way, from either direction, you can tell. Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. You know, DID can cause headaches. Oh. That would explain a lot. The switch could occasionally cause a migraine. I did not know that. Or so I've been told. Be damned. I suffer from like chronic headaches and neck aches and stuff. So that just sounds like a nightmare to me. Like I'm switching identities. I've got holes in my memory and I have migraines. Some tough shit, Nate and company. I'm sorry. Come on, let's this over here where it has the most pizzazz. And then I've got holes in my memory. Lol. Yeah, same. Unfortunately, it's for me. It's a mix of like ADHD and then also trauma. The usual culprit. Heavy amount of dissociation and then just not good at. I was about to say I'm not good at retaining, but I am capable of retaining. I guess I don't have much faith in my ability to retain info sometimes. But I know, like, when I try to summon it, it does come up there. Me and my sister joke about trauma blocking memories, and so we don't remember our childhood. Yeah, I don't remember most of my childhood, except for the parts that, like, pop into clarity, and it's either, oh, a good core memory, or the worst things that have ever happened to me. Well, I just disassociate. Yeah. That's something I have a problem with too, and so I don't know. I guess a lot of trouble with time passing and just losing time faster than I would think. And be like, what's happening? It's like, you're dissociating, and it's like, I didn't give myself permission to do that. I just exit stage left. I don't know who was driving, but it sure as hell isn't me. Interesting. Just someone else is driving entirely. That's wild. Trauma is like a closet I can open, but don't. I remember my dog. Aw, the dogs. Yeah, I can retain a lot of positive memories from my childhood, but there are definitely negative corners where it's like a blur, and sometimes it's just, and then like warning signals, you know? It's like, go any closer and you will infringe upon a memory that we blocked for a goddamn reason. Yeah, I've always done that since I was a kid. It's like, nope, I'm going away to another land. Yep, it's very effective. It is very effective. As a way to cope. We are talking about dissociating. Hello, my dears. Bane was tired, so he left. What are we talking about? Yes, we are discussing dissociating. And how people with DID sometimes get migraines when they swap alters. I zone out a lot when I'm alone or nobody talks to me in a while. Not good when I'm driving. Definitely not good. Peter calls it being away with the fairies. That's awesome. That is an awesome way to put it. There was a lot of, like, talk of, like, autistic people being the source of some changeling lore? Or some fairy lore? I think I'm just on autopilot. Yeah. It's a common thing. I wish it was a little less common, but can't have everything. Where would I put it? What kind of hell yeah. No. Yeah. Wait, is there like a little... Hold up. Hold on. Oftentimes I leave school and suddenly I'm driving into my driveway and it's very jarring. That's very scary. I think I'm just on autopilot. I don't think I have an alter. Yeah, I don't think you have an alter either. I think you just have autopilot. It's fascinating how it works. But yeah, I don't know how to drive because I found out I have narcolepsy when I was 16, right when I was supposed to learn how to drive. So it just never ended up happening. But I also dissociate heavily. But what the hell was I saying? I just dissociated back. Oh, yeah. I know that I would not be safe to drive because of the dissociating, the ADHD, the narcolepsy. Just I would have been done for. The dissociating is ick. Nate usually has to deal with most of that. Aw. He loses all memories when he steps out. The rest of us hit or miss. Interesting that it's hit or miss when whether or not the rest of you retain. Also, migraines from switching. Oh dear, couldn't be me. Roxanne would never suffer migraines from switching. All right, I finally finished this one. It was fun doing one that's just a big long hallway. Oh, he likes it. Can I get it? Can I get a different angle, please? Thank you. I just like to see your happy face. There we go. That's why I was trying to stop the medication. It was bad when I started to have trouble telling which was the real world, so I had to go back on it and lower it slower. Interesting that it would blur the line between sleep and waking. That's so fucked. I'm weirdly aware when I zone out, because if someone swerves in front of me, I can react and then zone back in to yell and honk. It's weird. It's so weird. And like, I've seen this in a lot of people. And it's scary to realize how many people are just doing that, and then it just works for so many people. Oh dear, Roxanne. Don't you get started. Well, I don't know why it did that, but I would wake in my dream and I couldn't wake up as well with the withdrawal, and that was super frightening. Oh, did you get sleep paralysis? That shit is scary as fuck. That shit's the worst. I did that, but I could be awake in my dream and I couldn't wake up as well with the withdrawal. Yeah, I could scream. I couldn't scream or move. Ah! Those are the worst. I promise I'm more aware when I zone out than the people who don't zone out here. That's the thing. It's like when you're just a good driver and like even being someone who dissociates, you're still a better driver. Are you teasing me or telling me? Sigh, autism again. I'm telling you. Autism again. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, don't you get started. Well, I don't zone out. Zoning out is almost like sleeping. I go into daydream. Like, are you imagining a different place at the time? Or are you just sort of like in a sort of cognitive limbo, a state of suspension, pseudo meditation? I'm searching my own head for similar experiences. Oh, well, I'll tone it down then. If you change your mind, you know where to find me. Ah, you flirty-gurty. So I'll go visit a made-up story in my head. Ah, that's the way to do it. See, the problem with me is that I'm a writer and a world builder, so I do that, and to me that's just practice. That's me working on a story. I turned it into, like, a job. So let's say I have a daydream that I'm visiting the land of Xanth. Just a casual, yes, but I go there. God. That kind of narrative flipping. It's got to be so disorienting. But also, like, I'm a storyteller, so I'm like, how would I would love to depict this in fiction. I can feel the grass beneath my feet, smell the smells. That's wild. You truly have, like, tapped into full sensory dissociation. Damn. I took a driving class, so I actually know what I'm doing, but my state doesn't require taking a class. So most people don't, and thus drive horribly? Good lord. Oh my. They need to be taken. People need to be taking classes for just about everything. There should be like mandatory parenting classes, frankly. As someone who was raised by at least one person who could have used some goddamn classes. And the real world becomes the daydream. Oh, we did that when we were young, but we fully believed it was happening whether we were in the daydream or not. I do remember that. You remember mentioning that era. Like, an era where everything felt so truly real. And, like, you have to, like, reconcile with the fact that that life was something you lived but did not truly live through. It was sort of like... It was akin to, like, being in Inception when they said that certain layers of Dream World you'd be in there for years. Like, you'd come out like a completely different person because you went through life. Oh, I have hyperphantasia, so I can imagine things vividly. Hyperphantasia. My favorite Disney movie sequence. Extremely vivid mental image. I mean, is this? Huh. Fucking damn. Do I have hyperphantasia? Fuck. Go morbidity. Go morbidity. The vividness of mental energy. Hold on, let's see. Vivid imagery has been correlated to several mood disorders, particularly anxiety. Got it. Obsessive compulsive disorder. Got it. Don't have these two. Acting as an emotional amplifier. For example, vivid flash forwards. Oh, God. I do have flash forwards, but not to suicidal acts. Ah, shit. The vividness of mental imagery has a key role in the development and continuation of intrusive memories. For those with PTSD, I have complex PTSD. Having hyperphantasia is a substantial risk factor. Jesus Christ. God damn it. Well, that explains a lot. Mental time travel is another thing that I have an issue with. Fuck. Jesus. Okay, anyway, back to chat. Sorry. So I'm aware of the real world a bit, but it's not as in the forefront. He's like backseating your existence. Yes, it was like living a doubled reality. In one, we were a messed up child that never did anything wrong. Oh. In the other, we were a goddess that, well, never did anything right either. Honestly, based on that description, there's like a really cool book in your experience. Just a very like coming of age educational book in that. I can imagine an apple on my desk and put a bite in it just by just thinking it. Interesting. Do you have a problem? I don't know. Hold on. I can imagine an apple on my desk and put a bite in it just by thinking it. I've always had a problem with having such a vivid imagination that I'm like I can make it's hard to put this. Like, there's been a part of me that's always wanted to have like telekinesis. And there's a part of me that's like just using my imagination to try and make that happen. So it's not the same as imagine an apple on the desk and put a bite in it just by thinking it. It's if I imagine hard enough, maybe I will unlock telekinesis. Oh my God, me too. Okay, all right, it's not just me. This might just be like a hyperphantasia thing. Where our imaginations are so powerful that they're like, surely we can figure out fucking telekinesis. It's so funny. My issue is called paracosm. I was told it comes with bipolar. Detailed imaginary world involving humans, animals, or perhaps even fantasy or alien. Ah, fuck, I got these. Lasting bolt. Aww. The whole Avatar films are a paracosm. Fuck. I'm learning so much about myself. I was told it comes with bipolar. Oh, I was diagnosed with anxiety when I was like 5. Oh yeah, trauma may flicker in my mind and with hyperphantasia. That's fun. Those flickers are called PTSD flashbacks. Just letting you know, because I didn't know that until I was in my mid-20s. The book would kill off main characters faster than Game of Thrones. Love. Oops. Like, I have some characters and characteristics that cross over. A dumbass would hold my hand out and think really hard, thinking I could move shit. It just like, if I imagine hard enough, if I got this. And then you read it, like, there's all those kids in like fiction as a book that's like, you're the first kid to ever be any, like, you know, like, you're the first kid in 1,000 years to unlock whatever shit, you know, that type of thing. And so as a kid, you're like, maybe this is it. Maybe, but never. Like, I have a talking donkey friend that I had that has been with me since I was a kid. Aww. It's so cute. Oh, the book. Well, you know what? You know what, Roxanne? Even if the characters would get killed off faster than Game of Thrones, that's still compelling fiction, so I still support it. His name is Don Quixote. That's adorable. That's perfect. That's perfect. Like, it could not be, couldn't, a donkey, an imaginary talking donkey friend named Don Quixote. The name of a book and character based entirely on losing himself in his imagination is perfect. I'm just lazy, so I wanted to move stuff without getting up. That was me. That was like, as a kid, I remember wanting to turn the light switch on and off. Without getting out of bed. And I think that was another part of where the telekinesis came from. In my lands, I have silver eyes and long, wild, curly hair that's red. Hell yeah. You do have curly hair that's red, it's just not long. And with a bit of context, you could have those silver eyes. I love this little guy's design. Just the opposite colors. I do. It was long, but in my land, it's longer. Longer. A good chair shop. Prairie winds, picnic, play, desert. I don't think so. I'm not feeling any of these. In fact, what I am feeling is that it's 12:14. And I should get some sleep. I've got more therapy in 12 hours because I'm having one of the worst weeks of my life. Just because my friend's in the hospital and the Epstein files and ICE. AI is destroying the economy and the planet. There's just a lot of things going on. I know you are dealing with very, very negative things. Yeah, just too much. Just too damn much. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. It was good to be able to get some streaming in with some cool people who, like, I didn't expect to be educated about so much of my own self and childhood in this one. This was a shockingly illuminating stream for me. And if you need us, I appreciate that. I care about you, Matthew. Thank you. I care about you too. I so hope good things for you. Thank you. Hold on. I have to read your chapters before I go. The first chapter, Queenie dies as a sacrifice to an evil god. Second chapter, the main character is taught how to kill her enemies and starts wiping out entire kingdoms because she has no sense of morality yet. Third chapter, forefathers are lost to an evil, and the heroine is blamed for not being there. Shall I go on? Look, these are compelling chapters. Is this a story or an imaginary land? It's both. That is Calm Chaos Collective's paracosm. I believe that's the term you used. Yes. Yes. Yeah, you can message me on Discord. You can ask Caden if you ever want to talk. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody. Y'all are so goddamn sweet. The viewers, y'all, the chatters, y'all have been the best part of doing that. Right now, a dragon in Xanth ate my dog, though. Better spit that fucking dog out. It's the other reality we lived in till we were 12. I forgot it was that long. That's interesting. 12, 13 is when I decided to start being a writer. And so I went like professional on my paracosms. I went from just like, yeah, I was doing this for fun to like, this is my job now. So I turned the dragon into a dog to punish him. It's like, well, how do you like it now, young man? And the dog's like, arf. That's hilarious. It sucks that the dragon ate your dog, but turning him into a dog as a punishment, and then I assume making him your dog. Well, he ate my dog, and you are what you eat, so he became what he ate. That's a fucking Fae spell there. To like you fucking to something that like completely flips the script. Ooh. I want to use that for something. No, he was being employed by my magician Humphrey, so I made him Humphrey's dog. Humphrey's dragon dog. It sounds like, I don't know. That sounds like something. Wait, no, 15? I get those numbers mixed up. 15. Well, we're quite a group, aren't we? 9 years. 9 years of that, from like 6 to 15. One does what one has to survive. Yep. And at least our psyches are creative. We didn't cope boring. We coped creative. Yes, 6 to 15. Jesus. My childhood sucked. Same here. We're all gonna have to do like one of these streams have to do like my childhood sucked. Here's why, and then like, you know how like a talking stone, like something like, okay, here's the talking stone, your turn, and then it's your turn. So we do what we must. Yep. We do what we must because we can. Weirdly enough, despite my imagination, I can't draw or imagine another world. Reality just got more vivid. That's wild. I can't draw either, but I'm very visually imaginative, and I could probably train myself to draw. But I'm a better writer. Reality getting more vivid. Dragon Sword 433 sees reality in 4K. In 8K. In ultra mega super high definition. When you are not treated kindly or parented properly, we are designed to survive, so our brain attempts to parent us and help us. Yep. And we end up creating our own internal mythology, and we use that mythology to parent ourselves. And then it's like, how did we end up all wonky? It's because we were just a bunch of kids trying to fucking raise ourselves. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with those of us who have secondary worlds. Damn right. We function just fine. That's a bold claim. We function. We function. I'm not sure if anyone functions just fine, truly. But... well, you were right. There are those who don't. Our imagination is tied to fiction/reality that we've seen in other places. For example, the fathers we lost at 8 years old. Master Splinter from 4 separate universes. I'm sorry, losing Master Splinter once in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie from the 90s was enough. I can't do that shit 4 times. It's simply too many times. How many times can one man lose Master Splinter? Try not to cry. There's some beautiful scenes of Master Splinter in that live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. There are many more of us. We function. Well, can you imagine what it will be like when we have holodecks? Oh, it'd be so much fun. Trying not to trauma dump, but when I was little, oh God, I was threatened with a gun. And I could see and thus feel the weight of the gun in his hand. That's what I mean by reality being more vivid. That's wild. So you had this like extra sense of reality. That's interesting. Because it's something that I would see, I kind of see in some writing where you, like, I've seen people's perception described this way. And I just didn't realize how literal it was, how tangible that could be, even just off of sight. The Ninja Turtles, all 16 of them, were angry in mourning, and the heroine was where they turned their anger to because she promised to protect them. And I assume you were the heroine. Ah, God, you had triggered the ire of no less than 16 Ninja Turtles? Dude, your psyche was mean to you. Your psyche needs to be nicer to you. That is my assignment to your psyche. This is my mandate. I wanted to escape the crap in my world. Do any of you read? I mean, but not. I haven't been super active in it. I've been reading a lot of nonfiction. So yes and no. Can I recommend? Of course. Every heart a doorway. Let's see. West School for Wayward. Aww. So sweet. You can get it in Audible format. I'll definitely give it a look. Tried to read, but dyslexia is a bitch. Lamau. Audiobooks are great. If you can't listen like that, there are some readings on YouTube that can help. It was so much like my world, I totally related to. I need to give it a look. I wanted to escape the crap into my world. So did we, but we had no control over our world. Schizo-affective. Yeah. As someone who has, like, technically complete control over my imagination, except for sometimes, the idea of my own imagination being weaponized against me by my own body, as it is in, like, schizo-affective, schizophrenic, anything with, like, auditory or visual hallucinations. That shit scares the fuck out of me. Roxanne still. Apologies. No worries. I like to call them Nate and Company, Roxanne and Company, and the end company just recognizes the rest of the alters, the rest of the whole. Plus, it also makes them kind of sound like a law firm. My brain's blanking out. I can't always control it. I didn't want the dragon to eat my dog. Yeah, the dreamlike nature of that, where you don't have full control. I have OCD, and I don't like to control a lot. I don't like to control people. I prefer to control myself. And not having control of myself in any way upsets me. I was pretty pissed. Fair enough. If the fucking dragon ate my cat, fucking, I can't even begin to describe the awful things that I would do to that dragon. It's okay now. At least we're on antipsychotics. Hell yeah. Keeping it down to earth. I think it's a side effect of going off the meds. Oh. Yeah, if you're not fully in control of your biology like you are normally, it's gonna manifest. Been a shock to my brain. I'm so sorry. Well, I hope the dog comes back. It will soothe itself out, and I'm sure it will be okay. Okay. Damn. At least that dragon has a job now. Books in general don't work for me, just like I said, I can't imagine another world. I just see silhouettes and my best real-world recreation of what's being described in the book. Interesting. So your version is almost like props that like you're assembling it using real-world items and props that you have. Like if I was like, here is an elvish greatsword from 1,000 years ago, you're just like a fucking blank slate for you. Unless like I bring in a picture of one of the swords from Lord of the Rings, which actually literally fits the description. It's like, boom, okay. Damn. Yeah, I feel bad for you, dude. But at the same time, like, I don't know. We do tend to get caught up in our like our other worlds. Yeah, once I see something, it acts as an asset for my brain. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's like, here's my placeholder. Whoop. I've had a hard time envisioning myself into Lord of the Rings. I can't seem to. I can only imagine Lord of the Rings through the lens of the movie for some reason. Apparently, like, that's just how I see the world of Lord of the Rings now. That movie really did a lot of defining. Xanth is the only world another author has made that I can access. Interesting. I wonder if the fact that it's just Florida in shape helps. Like, I wonder if it's just that much closer to the real world that it helps. But I've had a lot of contact with the author, so it might be part of it, that as well. It might. Yeah, just because you can have something to map onto. Fictional movies really help because my brain can mush movies together to match what's being described. Yeah. Yeah, you get all those assets. Plus the author breaks the fourth wall a lot. That would help as well. The Xanth world and the Disc world by Terry Pratchett have so many things that are just a little bit alike, but Disc world is just so much better, so much classier, so much more pro women, so much more anti-gross. God. I think it would be fun to one day to start read books on here. But it would be one of those things where I'm like reading the book and I have to stop and be like, "Oh my God." And people would be like, "Keep reading, asshole." I think he's nowhere near as anti-women as he was. He's mellowed with age. Good. It's always nice to see a boy grow up. But it was bad. Yeah. I remember reading A Centaur Isle. I read some of his stuff early on, but I got so into Discworld. I didn't even notice until I was older. That is strange to me because you are a woman? I think for me, stuff like that I became acutely aware of because I was growing up with my mom and my stepfather, and my stepfather was disrespectful to me and my mom, so I became very acutely aware of when men were being disrespectful to women for shitty, stupid ass reasons. And I can't take any of it. I can't handle any of it. I didn't even notice until I was older, and one day I was like, "Oh my God, this is misogynistic." I think I had delayed maturity because I would disappear into my other world, and while I was gone, I wasn't learning. Delayed maturity. Such a fucker for people like us. Because personally, I've always kind of felt like 5 to 10 years behind everyone else, while also feeling 1,000 years old. I feel like I'm both incredibly behind and ancient. It's a very strange feeling. And I feel simultaneously too old for this shit and too young to know what's going on. And that's just been my whole life. Yeah, I just when you're off in your own world, making stuff up or experiencing the fictional, you're not building and maturing in the present unless you're dissociating very efficiently. But I will say I've been able to do things other people just haven't had the ability. Yeah, enduring these things gives us superpowers. Everything has pros and cons, upsides and downsides. I mean, I used to spend my nights as a kid flying through the trees. Yeah. That sounds both great, and I'd like get so many bugs in my face and mouth. Probably smack into a fucking tree branch. It was great. Sounds sweet. If it didn't come to be because of bad things, it would have been better. Yeah. If it wasn't a necessary escape route during hellish times, It would be cute. It would be a cute story. But instead, it's still a little cute, but got that bittersweet tinge to it. Yeah, speaking of bittersweet tinges, I need to get to bed now, unfortunately. I will not be here tomorrow, as far as I know. I will be at the hospital. I will be here Friday. I'm still waiting on that GoFundMe, but I will be promoting it on upcoming streams. Okay, well, have a good night. Thank you. I appreciate that. You too. Do I need anything? Nothing that you could give me. I need my friend to wake up and be healthy and come home. And do you need ride money? I appreciate that. Thank you. I know. Save any of your money for the upcoming GoFundMe for my friend. I appreciate it. But thank you. This is just... We'll get through this, but by God, she better wake the fuck up and come home. I'm be so pissed. You are doing your best. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're such a sweetheart. And you are doing as well as can be expected. Yeah. Especially when it's my first rodeo, losing a... Well, not necessarily losing a friend, but having my friend in the fucking ICU. God. Yeah, get some rest. Thank you. I will. And I'll see y'all again on Friday. You haven't lost her yet. You're goddamn right. I keep getting mad at myself whenever I ever slip into like past tense. Like, no, my friend is coming home. There is no goddamn past tense. I'll be here as well. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right. I'm gonna get some sleep now. Thanks for making this a wonderful time as always. Thanks for being here. And until next time, be kind to yourselves and others.